So, welcome back for another one of our career spotlights for National Careers Week. I am joined today by Zoe Pulling from the Pony Club, and Zoe is a sport development officer. Welcome, Zoe.
Hello.
So, start us off, Zoe. Tell us a little bit about your job and what it actually entails.
So my job as sports development officer means that I work with 4 of the Pony Club sports and national health and safety. That includes running their competitions and events, whilst also supporting branches to see them safely and successfully run for our members. So it can be a very obscure day-to-day in the sense that I can be planning an event 1 minute and then answering a hacked question the next. So it's nice and varied, keeps us interested, and looking after the sports that I do means that I can see a variety of different members in different age groups, different abilities, all trying to get into a variety of our sports across the provision.
And how did you get into this career?
In a very strange way, actually. So I learnt to ride at a local riding school because I was quite passionate about horses. My mum's always loved them but never had them. I then went on to be a groom at another local riding school and learnt about teaching children and adults to ride, at which point I had a riding accident. So I had to rejig my whole career at the age of 16. Not really something you ever envisaged you're going to do. So I went to education because I thought, right, okay, if I want a different job that I can do more easily, which will work around my injuries, how can I get there? I need to develop skills. So I went on to a further education course, progressed to a higher education course, and then spent a decade working in student services. So I worked in student services with student unions, which is where my event planning and project management skills got developed, refined, and enhanced.
And then, so how did you get from there then to Pony Club? Was it, because obviously you weren't working in a horsey sphere and you are now as a horse person. Was that a conscious decision?
Yes, so it was a conscious decision. I'd worked in student services for 10 years, really enjoyed my time working with 16 to 25-year-olds mainly. And at that point, I thought I'd actually quite like to focus on an industry that I enjoyed and give something back to the industry that gave me a lot. So horses gave me a lot of opportunity to grow and develop and build in confidence. They gave me the opportunity to get more confident, talking to different people and improve my communication skills. Which was something that I always struggled with, despite having taught people to ride. In that setting, it's fine, you are the one that they are talking to, and it's more of a one-to-one setting, whereas delivering to people was an entirely different ballgame. So working in education where you're delivering 5 to 6 induction talks daily is a curveball for someone in that setting. So that was a thing that I wanted to do. I decided I wanted to go back into the industry that had helped me become who I was.
And what are some of your favourite things about the job that you do now then?
I really enjoy seeing the variety of people. So that's from little 5-year-olds all the way through to some of our key volunteers and senior volunteers. So there's a massive age group. And the reason I like seeing those people is it doesn't matter how old you are, you're always developing, you're always learning. And because I work with them daily, I see that progression. And that's the thing I really like seeing about in each person, and it inspires me to keep going. I also really enjoy working outside, so I get the opportunity of being indoors when it's slightly chillier outside and snowing, or out and about when we're on our events, and hopefully it's dry and warm
and nice and sunny, and yeah, you're not getting chilblains, which always a bonus.
We can have our fingers crossed.
Although no guarantees with the British weather. So on the flip side then, what are the challenges that come with your role?
So some of the challenges can be, because I'm working across so many different areas of the Pony Club, you've got a lot of competing and conflicting timelines. So you've got to prioritise and essentially get your head down and do the jobs. It doesn't matter whether they're big or small jobs, you've got to prioritise them and get them done in the right order, which means that then you have a successful event, or you've helped somebody to navigate writing their risk assessment. It's prioritization that can be tricky. Working with a lot of different people means that you then also have to rejig those timelines depending on what they need. So you can't always set it out yourself, which can be quite hard when you're time managing.
And you've alluded to some of it there, but what skills do you think are important to doing your job and doing it well?
A lot of it is time management, because you've got to know what tasks are coming up and what needs to be done in what time frame. But to know those jobs, you've got to talk to, in my case, chairman of each sport, or chairman of the health and safety committee, or the lead volunteer on that event. You can then discuss the event, plan it out. So you can use skills like Gantt charts and things to organise your time and set deadlines so that you both know what you're working on to. And team working skills is massive, because I cannot pull off an event or support a club without any of my volunteers. And on top of that, I am part of the team. So we all contribute to the success of the event. It doesn't matter whether it is a rally at the local branch or the local riding school, or all the way through to Hoy's Horse of the Year show, Royal Windsor, or our Pony Club Championships. We all have to contribute and play our parts.
And I imagine people skills come into that as well. You have to be able to deal with people and talk to them, and of different areas and spheres.
Yeah, it doesn't matter everybody's background. So, for instance, before I joined this call, I was talking to our medical advisor about medical provision for our activities. That might be a conversation I'm having at 1 minute. He's got very different experience to me, and the next minute I could be talking to a parent who's trying to sign up their son or daughter for the first time to a pony club activity. So you've got to be able to listen and understand the person that's talking to you, to identify what they need, to be able to answer it and provide a solution.
And what are then some of your top tips for someone who might want to move into this sphere of work? I mean, obviously we're talking specifically about your role in the Pony Club, but this kind of development job.
Development's quite a broad topic, so have a think about what you like about development, because within the Pony Club we have a wide range of development officer jobs. So that could be sports, it could be training, it could be volunteers, it could be health and safety, and work out what you like about it. So if it's you like working with people, it could be that you actually really are interested in developing our volunteers and providing them with more training and giving them more benefits of being a volunteer. It could also be that actually you really enjoy the tests element and building the skills of our members. So that's then you need to sit in the training development officer job and say, okay, I want to write really good syllabuses for our training so that they can get to this point in their career before they progress on into the working world. Or you can sit in the sports industry like me. I sit across activities, so I'm planning events, but not only that, I'm contributing to developing coaches. I'm also contributing to developing our volunteers. So I take a bit of everything into my role, which is what I quite like. I like the variety, but if you work out what you like, you can normally find a role that suits you.
That's great. Well, thank you very much, Zoe. And hopefully some people have listened to this and are feeling inspired. And I'm sure if they've got any questions or anything about what the Pony Club offers, then they can go and check that out. So, yeah, so thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of Careers Week.